What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammett, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about losing your voice in a relationship with a narcissist. A quick hit, y'all, quick hit. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. The relationship isn't that bad if I don't speak. That is one of the most common phrases that I hear from people when they're speaking about narcissistic abuse or being in toxic relationships. Like, people actually think that their relationship goes good when they don't talk. They'll open their mouth and say, hey, look, if I don't express my feelings, if I don't voice my opinion, the relationship it goes perfect. Like, and that says a lot right there, y'all, because when you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, they stifle your voices. They condition you to feel like and to believe that your opinion and your voice doesn't matter. Your words carry no weight. And as long as you're in that relationship, that's how it is going to go. That's just it. Because as a narcissist, I know that if you're going to talk to me about your feelings or express your opinion, it's going to be something negative about me, and I don't want to hear it. That narcissistic person in your life does not want to hear it either. So they condition you to just be quiet, to not speak at all. Silence seems like it's peaceful, but silence is deafening and speaks volumes that your relationship is toxic as hell. I hope this helps and stay in. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As you said before, yeah, that's one of the main things. The relationship isn't that bad if I don't speak. That's one of the main terms that I hear when I'm talking to people over Zoom dealing with narcissistic people. It just is. Because you give so much of yourself in this relationship to the other person, to that narcissist, to that toxic person, that you lose your core essence of who you are. You just do. It's kind of inevitable sometimes in these situations where when you're dealing with a toxic person, that you lose your core essence because you're giving, and not receiving much of or anything in return. So that's why I tell people, when you're dealing with narcissistic people, this right here is going to be, this is your future right here. I'm not trying to down people. I'm not trying to down people, but like, if you feel like your voice doesn't matter, your opinion doesn't matter, like, regardless if you speak up on something that you don't want them to do and they do it anyway, that's going to destroy you on the inside, slowly but surely. Over time, it will slowly but surely depress you, take away your power, and take away your strength. So the relationship isn't that bad if I don't speak. That means the relationship is terrible. That means the relationship in itself is a bad relationship, y'all. Because if you're not speaking, how can a relationship be good if you're not speaking? You see what I'm saying? How can the relationship have any kind of semblance of goodness if you're not speaking? When communication is the base foundation of most, if not all, relationships, interpersonal relationships. Like, communication is the base form of, it's the foundation. Communication is the slab where you build the house at. Communication is the slab where you put the house. Where you build the foundation first. The communication is the foundation. Narcissistic people, they're going to be communicating at first. It's going to seem like they're going to be communicating at first, but then they're going to reel it back in. They're going to use a silent treatment to take away your voice, because anytime you try to bring an issue to them, they might rage out on you. They might use a silent treatment. They might ignore you completely, and they might just ignore the entire issue and just let it go away on its own, because that's what narcissists do, y'all. Time is not an apology. Past time is not an apology from a narcissist or a toxic person. So many people get caught up in that, in the mindset of thinking that enough time has went by, so they might have changed. No. That's what they think. They think that enough time goes by, you forgive them by default. The expiration date on this argument is 2 hours. So I won't talk to you for 2 hours, and they won't talk to you for 2 hours, 2 weeks, sometimes 2 months. I don't know. I don't know, but you lose your voice. So if you ever find yourself saying the relationship isn't that bad if I don't speak, that means the relationship in and of itself is a bad relationship, because you don't speak. Your voice doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. Like, you feel like you as a human being doesn't matter to this person. So again, is the relationship that bad if you don't speak? Yeah, it can be terrible. It can be a very, very terrible relationship. That's, I can tell people, I am myself. I am a diagnosed narcissist, so I know why I used to do that type of stuff. Now I can kind of look back like, dang, I really used to shut people down when it made me uncomfortable. When I had to deal with shame, when I had to deal with other people's feelings, when I had to deal with some empathy or some shame or some, anything like that, I would 100% rather than not communicate with the person, or make it so the person felt uncomfortable bringing it to me, so they just wouldn't bring it up at all. They would just deal with it on their own. Hopefully they wouldn't tell one of their friends, because that's another thing. You got to keep that to yourself. You can't tell your friends that you're having issues in a relationship, because that means you're trying to turn people against me. You know how you see how that works? You're trying to turn people against me because you have your little friends and things like that. So again, how are you feeling in these situations? So if your voice doesn't matter, it might be time to pack your bags and hit the road and run full speed ahead into a chance at happiness. But take your time, y'all. Full speed ahead means take your time, learn to re-love yourself, learn to be by yourself a little bit, or you end up in relationships with worse people, with worse narcissists. Stay tuned. Anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning into this quick hit. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you.